Good morning, students. This is our part 5th explanation of chapter number 1, that is a computer system. And today we are going to read Working of a Computer, page number 11. Working of a computer. Every computer works by following the steps given below. Input. The data and instructions which we enter using a keyboard or a mouse into a computer are called input. We can enter numbers, words, pictures, and sound as input. Next is processing. After entering data and instructions in a computer, the CPU works on the input and performs the given task. This is called processing. Last is output. After processing, the CPU gives the result and display it on the monitor, which is called output. Okay, here in the working of a computer, we have seen three things, that is input, processing and output. As we all know that our computer works in IPO cycle. Now the question comes, what is the IPO? IPO, here I stands for input, P stands for process, and O stands for output. Let's see all the input, process and output in detail. Okay, so input, the data and instruction which we enter using a keyboard or a mouse into a computer are called input. As from this information, we get that whatever we enter in computer through keyboard or mouse or scanner, etc., are called input. Now, again, a question arises that what is data and what is instructions? Data. Any raw facts or small unit is data, like any person name, age, address, etc. All these are independently are data. Your math question can also be a data. Now let's see what is instruction. Any command or order or group of certain steps that we have to follow are instructions, which we follow to get some result. For example, instruction given by our maths teacher to solve any question. Now one more additional knowledge I'm going to give you is about information. Information, we can say it the meaningful result or the output we get after processing our data according to the given instruction is information. Okay, let's move back to our chapter. Next is processing. Processing. After entering data and instructions in a computer, the CPU works on the input and perform the given task. This is called processing. Okay, so after inputting our data and instructions, computer starts working on the data as per instructions that we have entered in it in order to get some result. All this process is known as processing. Next is output. After processing, the CPU gives the result and display it on the monitor, which is called output. Okay, after input and the processing, output is the result which we see on monitor after the processing of our data according to the instructions that is done in the processing unit. Next page. This input process output cycle can be understood with the help of an example. Example, suppose you want to calculate the total marks scored by a student in different subjects. See how the processing takes place in a computer. Input 90, 85, 69, 98, 76, 84 and plus sign. Data and instructions. The first step is to input data and instruction. that is numbers or marks and plus symbol. Okay, as in this example, we have to calculate the total marks scored by any student. As input, we have seen that we have to give data and instructions. Here, all the numbers are data and the plus sign is instruction. Collectively is known as input, which we enter into the computer. Next step is process. As in this, we can see that now the numbers is being added with all the other digits or numbers. Let's see, 90 plus 85 plus 69 plus 98 plus 76 plus 84. That means we have to do the addition of all the numbers that we had inputted into the computer. Means working on the data based on the given instruction. As in first step, we entered the digits as data and we had given plus as instructions. So now in next process, the data is being processed according to the instructions given. That means all the numbers are being added. Next, we get the result or the output, that is the sum of all the numbers or marks, that is 502. This output can be known as result or meaningful information. On the basis of total marks obtained, the teacher calculates the percentage of the student and finds his or her position in the class. After getting the calculation or the total mark, teacher can easily find out the percentage of the student and find the position his or her in the class. Likewise, we also perform various tasks by following the IPO cycle. Let us understand it through some day-to-day life example. Next example is, what are the steps that your mother takes when she prepares a cup of tea? First is input: water, tea leaf, milk and sugar. Next comes process: boiling water, tea leaves, milk and sugar. As output, we get prepared tea. Okay. Here, for the preparation of a tea, all the ingredients or the food items we need are input. The food item that we need to prepare a tea is water, tea leaves, milk and sugar. Now in next step, we get process. Boiling everything all together is process. Next, as output after boiling, we get a prepared tea. Now in next example, let's see what steps you take when you want to talk to your friend on a telephone. Input: dialing the number. Process: connecting the number. And an output: talking to your friend. Okay. When we want to talk to our friend, for that, first we had to dial his or her number on our phone. That means we are entering or we are inputting the number. Next process is, after inputting the number, connecting the number with the phone signal and then to our friend. It all comes under the process. Next, as output, we get final result when we talk to our friend. Let me give you one more example. As in the screen, we can see that We are going to prepare an orange juice. For that, in the input, we need some oranges. For output, we are processing all those oranges into a juicer. And next, as a final result, we get the juice. Now, let's do the exercise. Page number 13. Fill in the blanks. A CPU processes data and instructions. Second, a mouse is used to point, select, and move any object on the computer screen. Third, the numeric keypad consists of number keys, arithmetic operators, and the decimal point. Fourth, a monitor displays all the work that we do on a computer. Fifth, navigation keys are used for moving through the documents. Sixth, the parts of a computer that can be touched are called hardware. Next is true or false. A computer has 4 main parts. True. MU stands for memory utility. It's false. A CPU is made up of AU and LU. False. The information that we see on monitor is known as soft copy. True. Function keys are placed on the right side of the keyboard. False. A printer is an output device. True. Next, C. Application-based question. Mary is reading the soft copy of a letter. Which part of computer is she using? Answer is monitor. Supriya wants to do painting on a computer. Which computer device will you suggest her to use for making a colorful drawing? Mouse. Saurabh's mother has asked him to take out 50 copies of a birthday invitation letter. Which device should he use to get the hard copy? Answer is printer. Kabir wants to record a song in the computer. Which input device can he use? Answer is microphone. D. Multiple choice question. A computer displays output after processing the data. The LED monitor consumes least power. Control keys are either used alone or in combination with other keys to perform certain actions. You will get all the question answers in the PDF and the exercise answers also. Just copy it down in your book. And this is all for now. Next week we will start a new chapter. Thank you.